live. B's and G's, welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 517. My name's Casey, also known as Razinon. Today I am once again joined by Tanner.
Yeah.
And we've got an ep for you. Season 3 Reloaded has happened. And today we're going to yap about it. So, no real announcements. Our last Patreon ep is live. We've talked about it. Like the stuff, stream, video, you get it. Let's just dive right in. So, yeah, update happened yesterday, and I played it a couple hours. My aunt's in town, so I haven't played it too much, but got some gaming in, and I was very unsurprised with almost everything, honestly. Kind of everything I was expecting to be the case is the case. Couple small exceptions which we're going to talk about, but we'll take those as they come. So first we're going to start, these are in no particular order, and honestly there isn't too much to say, because like there were a small number of very impactful like changes, mainly the repels, which we'll get into, but besides that it's kind of samey. So
yeah, and then the other things we've known about for weeks. So.
Exactly. Yeah. So to start off, the weapon meta, has it changed? If so, how? This is what I most wanted with this update, was a new weapon meta. And we did not get one based on the patch notes. Now, was that assessment correct? Yes, obviously. Of course it was. The HDR is still, obviously, again, the exact same best weapon in the world. So, and I hope that helps. Yeah. It's completely unnerfed and untouched. The ADS penalty doesn't, or nerf, whatever, doesn't affect it at all. And every time I get sniped and watch the kill cam, as Pat said, based, I only hardscope. Every time I get a kill cam when I'm sniped, the entire kill cam, the guy is already ADS'd. So
that's an ADS, yeah.
Cool. 90 milliseconds slower ADS time really stopped the 1,000 people that sniped me easily yesterday. It didn't, by the way. So
does it make you mad that Jake said that was the first thing that they should nerf is the ADS time?
Yeah, and
he was arguing with Jitsi about it. Did you yell at him yesterday?
Yes. Yeah, I did. And I was in his chat arguing about it too. Yeah. It's just so, yeah, it bugs me a lot. It bugs me a lot. Because, most of the problem isn't me getting quick scoped. Like if someone's quick scoping me, then fine. The problem is everything else. And a lot of times I'm just hard scoped, so the ADS time just doesn't matter at all. Yeah. So of course it's still fucking nuts. As far as sniper loadout goes, though, the go-to loadout before the update was HDR AK. The AK seems to have been sufficiently nerfed. It got a lot of small nerfs across the board. Got like 2 of its multis were lowered. Its multipliers. And then I think it was ADS or sprint to fire time, or speed rather, and a couple other things too. And all of those in conjunction do make it feel worse. Mm-hmm. It's certainly not worth running double AR anymore, like AMAX AK, which is what a lot of people were doing after this AK nerf. And it probably isn't your best option. Actually, it certainly isn't your best option for sniper support either after the nerf. That is the AMAX, which is exactly what we said yesterday also. People have already figured this out because it wasn't hard to figure out. They didn't nerf the AMAX. They actually just buffed it. It reloads faster now. That's it. And it was already almost as good as an AK, as like a sniper support gun in terms of time to kill. So, of course, that's what people will go to next, as they should. So, your best loadout, like we said last episode, is HDR, AMAX secondary, and I hope that helps.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty obvious.
It was very obvious, yeah. As far as like attachments for your AMAX, I'd probably build it very similar to the like Sniper Support AK, meaning don't run the 60 dumper on it. That does slow it down a lot, so just run the 45er. That's enough. And then you definitely want a compensator on it, and you probably, I don't know about, I haven't actually tested this myself yet, but what people were doing for under barrel was Ranger foregrip on the AK, because it gives you some move speed so that you can start a slide sooner, which is important if you're using it up close. So you'd probably want to do that on the AMAX also. However, you are losing some recoil control by giving up vertical foregrip to do that. I think it's probably worth it for your Sniper Support AR, but again, I haven't actually used this myself, so I'm not positive on that. But just try it, see how it feels, and then if it's too much recoil or whatever, you can get, vertical foregrip on there, or like recoil springs or something else. But I'd say the non-negotiables are 45 round mag and compensator for sure, and then you're chilling. Yeah. So yeah, that's the loadout. Now if you don't want to snipe, what should you do? Kill yourself. But
basically,
I mean, you have no option. Yeah. And I hope that helps.
Yeah.
But if you're a real obstinate fella, like I am, and are just done sniping, AMAX primary is your best bet for sure. You do
Wait,
need
I thought there was a season reloaded update. Why are you saying it's the same gun meta as before?
Well,
that's weird.
That's the interesting thing, because you're right.
Oh.
What's curious is the meta is exactly the same. Yeah.
Shit.
And I hope that helps.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, your best AR is still just an AMAX, because again, it didn't get nerfed. It got buffed. So it just reloads faster now. So yeah. Thing with the AMAX though, as a primary, is I tried to run a silencer on it because I was very tired of getting sniped. Maybe you guys can do it. I can't do it. It's too much recoil without a compensator, and it's just not, it doesn't make sense. It's not worth it. That's not to say you can't use a silenced loadout. You can, just don't use an AMAX if you're doing that. So, meaning, a silenced kilo is going to kill faster than a silenced AMAX if you account for how many bullets not running a compensator on the AMAX will make you miss. At least in my case. This is absolutely true for me. Is that a skill issue? Maybe. You could try a silenced AMAX, but that thing stays bouncing. So if you do want to go quiet, I would recommend, kilo or something, or not AMAX, but I mean, you're losing a lot of time to kill doing that. So take that for what it's worth. The Growl also got buffed. Haven't tested that again yet, but it didn't get much. It got more bullet velocity and something else, but a bullet velocity was a big problem for it. So that is a good buff, and it's one it needed.
Max damage range was extended too.
Okay.
And minimum damage range and minimum range damage.
Oh, minimum range damage is very big. Okay.
Yeah.
So that might be another option where you can use a silencer, because you could throw a monolithic on there, since that's the only thing that can give you bullet velocity on that gun. And then you also stay silenced. And then it doesn't have that much recoil. That's also very usable and will kill faster than a kilo, provided the velocity is enough now, especially with a minimum damage range nerf. So I think actually that would be what you want to use if you want to be off minimap, whereas AMAX is what you want to use if you don't care and you want to just kill shit as fast as possible. Those would be my recommendations. I have not tried the Growl yet, though, post buff anyway, but that does seem interesting.
I mean, I assume those I don't know how they end up actually relating to the Growl though, since they're like different damage ranges and stuff. I think when you put on the conversion kit, so I don't even know how that.
You talking about true game data?
Changes it, yeah.
You add the attachment.
I know, but I'm saying the SWAT 556 damage adjustments that are listed in the patch notes, like the damage ranges and everything, those aren't the same damage ranges as the Growl conversion kit, anyways. So it's like, how much is the conversion kit actually being changed?
Oh, interesting.
Because they're not everything is different with the conversion kit, but like obviously it must change something still. It probably just like the minimum damage range value, and then the actual damage value.
I would assume those
they
are
probably
based
got
off the
buffed
base
with
stats.
the conversion kit still. Yeah, but it's like, but it's not the same numbers that are in the patch notes. Since the numbers in the patch note are for the SWAT 556 specifically. But yeah. So either way, I don't know if True Game Data is even up to date yet, but I'm sure we'll find out soon what the actual values are for the conversion kit.
Yeah. But either way, it was decent before. So like, it's still at the very least going to be decent, even if they just didn't change it. But if they did, then they buffed it. So I think that would be worth a try too if you want to be silenced. But if you want to not be silenced, there's no reason to. Just go Amax. It's not hard to use with the compensator, and you kill really fast. So one thing that did change, or another thing that changed with the meta since the AK was sufficiently nerfed, is the secondaries for your AR and your HDR, I guess. But the meta now, SMG, seems to be the new one, the event one. The Lapras, or whatever it's called. Ladras. It is...
Wait, what is it? What is the gun called?
Ladras or some shit? I don't know. What is it called?
I don't know.
I thought that's what it was called.
I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Is it Ladras? I don't know. Anyways.
Whatever it is, I think it's called
the
that.
New SMG. It's called
the new SMG.
Sure.
Yeah, it's the event reward for finishing it. To do the event, you literally just get XP. It's not, you'll just automatically get it. Many of you probably already have it. This seems to be the new meta SMG. Which is nice because it also feels good to use. I haven't used like a loadout one. I haven't unlocked it yet because I only played for a couple hours. But I've used the ground loot ones, and yeah, they feel good. They're fun. They're fun to use. I very much missed using an SMG, so it'll be cool
Ladra.
to be...
Yeah.
Ladra, okay, yeah. It'll be cool to be back in an SMG meta, so...
It's got a ton of muzzle flash. A lot.
Oh, does it?
So that's cool. Yep.
Interesting. The attachment
kind of ruins the irons in darker areas.
Yeah, kind of though, huh? Do compensators help with muzzle flash? The silencers do.
It varies from gun to gun.
Yeah, it does.
To attachment, nobody really does.
Yeah.
Or nobody really knows, I mean.
Yeah, so you'd have to test it, I guess. But that is actually worth using. That's cool too, because it's also a new gun. So like, the meta changed a little bit, and one of them is a brand new gun you can't have used before. So that's something. But that's kind of where the weapon meta is looking right now. Until you unlock that SMG, by the way, just use like a C9 KSV and you're good. Probably a C9 is just your safest bet. It's a solid gun, kills fast enough until you can unlock it. So with that out of the way, now into other kind of first impressions, reviews, tips, whatever. These are in like no particular order. First off, bit buggy.
That's what they're saying.
A bit buggy. Yeah. This kind of surprised me a little bit, but it shouldn't have, since Season 3 itself was not very buggy at all. So, I was a little surprised at one bug, namely, and I'm sure there are more than this, but the ones that I noticed and that are very big, probably what the two big ones are, one of them is the plate bug thing. So I don't know how it works exactly or what it is, but like If I need to insert 2 plates, my character will do 3 insert plate animations to plate twice.
Yep.
If I need to insert 3, he'll do it 4 times. That's really bad stuff. Hold on. That's fucking extremely annoying. And I really hope they fix this soon as fuck. And I actually started using Quick Fix again. Even though I wanted to try Tracker for a while, specifically because of this bug. Like, dude, if I'm gonna have to spend all this extra time plating, I want to be able to shoot while I'm doing it. So there's a little workaround for you. But yeah, that bug is fucking annoying. And hopefully they fix it soon. I don't think they've said anything about it yet.
No, I think they did. I think they did early on that they were investigating it. Pretty sure.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Hopefully.
Gotcha.
Yes, they hopefully said, they mentioned it yesterday at about noon.
Okay. So that will probably be fixed pretty soon. So that's not a huge deal. And then another bug, it's also very impactful. I don't know exactly how it works, but if you kill someone who has their custom loadout, like equipped, like they've picked up a loadout, they will drop a loadout marker. So not like when you kill someone who just bought the marker and it's their field upgrade. I just mean anyone that's gotten a loadout, regardless of what field upgrade they're holding. I'm guessing the way it works is if you kill someone who's gotten loadout that doesn't have any field upgrade equipped, when you kill them, they drop a loadout marker. If they have their custom loadout, but they have like a trophy system as their field upgrade, they drop that instead. I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure, but like most people will drop a loadout marker and some people will drop like a muni or whatever. So I'm thinking that's how it works.
That might be it.
This is crazy, by the way. This changes the game a lot because everyone has loadout, including you, which is kind of good and bad. So on the one hand, it's good or fun when you get sniped 100 times, but every single time you come back, you can get a loadout instantly and easily wherever you want because there are markers everywhere, so that's cool. On the other hand, the reason I'm being sniped so goddamn much and need this to happen is because everyone else is also doing that and picking up, of course, their HDRs. So, good or bad, I mean, use an HDR and it's great, I guess. But I mean, obviously this is insane and should be patched. They're definitely aware of this also, by the way. And I don't expect this to last long either, but that's pretty fucking nuts. And if you are wondering what's going on and why everyone suddenly stopped throwing their loadouts, they didn't. It's just a bug. A crazy bug that I've never seen before, and how did it happen? That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a funny looking one. Yeah, you might be right if you're seeing people drop like field upgrades and stuff. That's probably it. Because when I was watching Swag like 30 minutes into the update, they were wondering, they're like, wait, what the heck? Why are there like loadout drops everywhere or markers?
Yeah.
And they figured early on it was basically if somebody had their custom guns and their perk package and everything, that they would just always drop one. But it's probably what you were saying, yeah.
That's my guess. Because if you kill people like early game, they don't drop loadout markers. So, yeah. And then, I've also seen this. Some people in our Discord, I think, were saying you can land on your guns if you drop them in the pregame lobby. And then you, so like you can load in the pregame lobby, drop your guns, and then when the match starts, they'll still be there. So you can go land on them. I don't know how to do this because I don't know how to drop your guns in the pregame lobby. The backpack doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. There are probably numerous ways. The video I saw though, the person like damaged themselves like right before you start loading into the actual match, like 7 seconds or something. They would damage themselves with like an impact. I don't know what that has to do with it. And then at like the 2-second mark, they would start reloading their primary, and then they would stop reloading it and then load into the match and land there, and the guns would be there. But I'm like, that just doesn't even sound right.
That doesn't
seem to be the case at all. But that was like the biggest TikTok that I saw on how to do it. But I'm like, I feel like that's not what actually happened there, but okay. So I'm not sure, exactly how people are doing it. But I've seen a lot of clips of it. I guess if you splat, it works.
Would your weapons drop? That's what I don't get. I've never seen anything drop ever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is this guy didn't even kill himself. He started the reload before he loaded into the match, and I just don't get it at all. I don't understand
it either.
So it was probably just a typical fake TikTok video where it has like 10 billion views, but it's just a straight up lie. So I don't know. But there is one thing for sure in that it's possible to do this, and a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah. It is possible somehow. I don't know how. Hopefully they fix this soon too, because that's kind of insane. But we landed train station, and let's see. Write this down.
The East Wing. You guys land East Wing?
In the hole, through the hole. We'll get into it. But yeah, on the roof, someone had dropped their weapons, so we just went and picked them up. Yoink. So it was pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully that gets fixed. And then there are probably other bugs. People have been like super molding on the timeline, and it is buggy, but like I haven't known. And again, I didn't play very long. I played probably like 5 matches. But besides the plating thing, it wasn't unplayable to me. The plating thing's really bad, but besides that, it wasn't like totally unplayable. We've had way buggier updates before. So, I mean, it was buggier than I kind of expected, but it's less buggy than I should have expected, I will say. And the plate thing's going to get fixed quickly. I'm sure the loadout thing will too. The landing on your guns from pregame lobby, I don't know when or if they'll fix that, but that's could be an important one. And then, yeah, I'm sure there are more that I just haven't encountered yet. So, yeah. Have you seen any other bugs?
I've heard a lot of other things about like the feeling of the game, but I don't know if it's just bugs. A bunch of people said it like felt like there were like movement delays and bugs with the movement. Don't know how true that is. I saw numerous tweets about it. Seems like the audio is worse. I also saw numerous tweets about it, like the hit reg was feeling poor or something like that, or the servers felt worse again. But I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
just typical sweats complaining. You know how it is. Damn
sweats. Yeah. I did see like the metaphor tweet and a couple people agreeing with it or whatever. He was one of the
guys who tweeted it. Yeah, there were some other people who were tweeting about it too.
Like your movement is delayed. Like you're in more input delay and like worse servers or whatever. I mean, maybe, I don't know. The hit reg is fucking awful. Yeah, for sure. But it was also fucking awful this entire year. So like, it doesn't feel to me like the hit reg is worse than season 2 or season 3 even. But it certainly doesn't seem better. So, I mean, it's still shit, but I don't think it's worse than it was before. Maybe, but I don't know. So anyway, got that out of the way. And then they also fixed a really important bug and didn't talk about it. So that's cool, which is the slide to prone not being possible or being super delayed. This is fixed now. And I died to it. Some guy in the gulag hit me with it, and I haven't seen it in months. So I was not expecting it, and I got fucking slammed. And then, I started doing it again. So you should get back in the habit of doing this. It is fixed. Basically, if you're on controller, should have auto attack sprint on, by the way. Start sprinting, and instead of tapping B to slide, just hold it while you're sprinting, and your character will slide, and then like immediately be prone. Or technically, would that be supine? But you'll be lying down. This is a handy, neat trick, by the way. It's pretty nasty in gunfights because it's like a quick drop shot, basically. And a really quick drop shot, actually. It's very good. And it could be good also if you're trying to like get behind a box or something. Slide to it, be prone instantly, you're good to go. Slide into a res or something. Unfortunately, I used to do this all the time because it is really good. but it was bugged for so long that I just totally got out of the habit of doing it. And now I have to like consciously think like, I can do this. This works now. Add it back to the toolbox. So, yeah, just so you guys know, it's fixed. I don't think this was ever broken on K-BAM. So.
That's what I was going to say. Pretty sure this was only a controller thing because I never even understood what anybody was talking about when they mentioned this. So I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of people complain about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know why they didn't mention this, but glad they did.
I thought they did mention it somewhere. Maybe not.
I don't remember
had been talking about it before the patch, that it was finally in the patch notes.
Oh, well, that's good then. Yeah, maybe we missed it then. Yeah, I don't know. Downy Law with the tier 1 sub. Thank you, big dog. And welcome. That's a Downy Law on Twitch. Thank you, King. We fucking appreciate that. Thanks. All right, so moving on from that, the big one. One of the big ones. One of the two very big substantive changes. We'll talk about both of these. First is, of course, train station. It's open. They did it.
That East Wing's open, yeah.
Yeah. So by the way, now we know what East Wing means is, the same open train station you guys remember. So first of all, there's
train
that.
Is open.
Yeah. And then second of all, it's good. The audio in there seems good. You got to get used to it a little bit. Like I was on second floor and I thought I heard someone. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I was going to say, I thought I heard someone on roof, but they were actually below us. But actually, they were both on roof and below us simultaneously. So the audio seems fine there. And the visibility is extremely good. I'm a big fan of the visibility in there. And yeah, I was a little worried, like you said, because of the screenshots from the blog post.
Mm-hmm.
It looked pretty scary, but like in game, it's totally fun. And it is a high value loot zone also, by the way, because hospital was supposedly one. It isn't anymore, but train station's an actual giga high value loot zone. There is a fuck ton of orange boxes and just regular boxes. Easy free loadout instantly if you're like alone there, which you never will be, because it's central and there's a buy right next to it and it's a high value loot zone. It's the highest of value loot zones. So it is hot as fuck every game, and you can get shot through the roof. If you're like by the stairs or inside, they can get a lot of angles from there. So it's hot and it's sketchy, but way faster loadout than anywhere else, including Superstore. You can get a loadout here much faster than you can Super. And the buy is way better than the Superstore buy. Say again?
Where are the other high value zones now?
Superstore and supposedly military base. We did not.
And they're marked on the map like they said, right?
And they are indeed marked on the map, which is cool. Yeah. So train stations for sure your go-to. Like hot drop, quick loadout. And it's fun. It's cool. I'm a big fan of that. So nice. I'm happy about that. And it doesn't excite me to see they did this well, because that probably means they will do the other expansions or additions well. Like when Stadium opens, I think that's going to be pretty fucking good. By the way, I don't recall seeing this in the patch notes or the blog post, but on the roof of Stadium, they added like a fuck ton more cover. Not cover from outside the stadium, but cover from like other sides of the stadium. I'm not an architect. I don't know how to describe what it is, but they added like horizontal fucking pillar column things as you walk around. So like if someone else is on stadium roof with you, it's not just wide open anymore. There's like big pieces of cover. It's weird. I can't describe it well, but like if you guys get up there, you'll see it, which is pretty interesting. Not super, super, super relevant, but I thought I'd mention it since they didn't feel it was necessary to. So, okay. Or it's always been up there and I never noticed it, but I remember going up there before the patch recently and that shit was not there. So, I don't know. I could be a dumb fuck, but that's what it seemed like to me, so that's interesting. But the main thing is train's open. It's dope. W. Good stuff. And then
it's nice having a good POI on the map, huh?
Yeah, it's good. It's got a lot of loot, and it's so central. It took that POI from being fucking dog shit to great. So that's been awesome.
Yeah.
And then the repels, which is probably what I was most looking forward to. I am pleased to report they did an almost perfect job with the repels. The audio on them seems good enough. It didn't seem super loud or super quiet. Seemed loud enough. This is one thing, obviously, we need to play more to like really have a position on, but from the couple times I've used it and other people have used them, I can hear them as well as I think I would want to. But more importantly, they are in almost every spot I wanted them, except for one crucial collection of spots. Can anyone guess where the repels were most needed and they weren't added?
Well, let's see. Prom East should have a bunch of them because they were needed there. So Prom East, it must not be that because obviously it needed a ton of them, so it probably got a ton of them. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's a great observation. What's interesting about that is that you're correct. Prom East did need them and a ton of them, and it got 0 of them. And I hope that helps. Yeah. Really? So technically, one of the buildings at Prom East did get a repel or 2. And it was a good building to give a repel on. It's the one by Dealer. If you're going from like Dealer in Prom and you're going north up the hill to that that's like overlooking Hospital. There's a building between you. Yeah, the super tall building that has the interior repel, or had it. It now also has exterior repels. Yeah, that building definitely needed them, among others. So that's good that that's there. Obvious one. But all of the Prom buildings, the shit, dog shit, trash shit, red tin roof, 100 of them Prom buildings, no repels. So they're still just complete dog shit, and the POI is still completely ass. Yeah. Because if someone's in that stupid little box, you have to fucking walk up the stairs like an asshole, run into a shock charge, and you're a blast trap combo, and you're dead. Shit is complete fucking buns, and it sucks. So,
yeah. So don't go there still, huh?
Yeah. Hate that. However, we did get repels in other very good spots. So we got one Hospital. We have an exterior repel now. Really like that. To the tallest roof. Probably the other ones too.
The other one also has one, yeah.
Yeah. Superstore. A bunch of other places, but most importantly, besides Prom, second most importantly, Twins. Twins has gotten fucking repels. There's one per building, no horizontal repels. But the one vertical is enough. That makes it an infinitely better POI. Because again, if someone's just cumping the roof, you can either rappel up on them, or if that's too dangerous and they're watching it, you can at least rappel up to the opposite twin roof and then like have shots on. So this is much fucking better. And I'm glad to see it. So yeah, they have repels in like good spots. And it doesn't seem like there are too many either, which I think some people were worried about, but it doesn't seem to be an issue. I think there's a good number of repels besides Prom East. Again, and this applies to everything. We should have said it at the outset. This is like very early first impressions kind of review thing, but that's where I'm at right now. So you seen any discourse about this?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's probably a good thing
about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think overall that means people are fine with it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. And then another thing too with the repels was quite nice. It makes moving around the map a lot faster. Kind of like balloons do. Which is good because they give you basically you get more mobility on the map, but you can't really dive on people either. So that's kind of like the best of both worlds. Meaning, okay, I'm in fucking whatever. I'm at Stadium and I need to rotate to Hospital through downtown. Okay, cool. Repel up to Stadium roof, jump off, go far as fuck, quickly as fuck.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Then find any building in downtown. Oh, obviously Trump Tower at downtown has a repel as well as a lot of other roofs. Repel up Trump, jump off, I'm at Hospital, like instantly, really fast. So this is really good because it speeds up the game a lot, but again, you can't like balloon on people either. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. And also, you might be thinking, oh, but rotating is like a big skill and we're losing that now with repels. You're not really, because they really aren't as good as balloons. There's no portable repels. And a lot of these repels that you might want to take are fairly hot. And even if you get to them and then jump off, you're very visible, obviously. You're like some guy flying through the air. So they're way more balanced than balloons, but they still give you a ton of mobility in those situations where you don't have a vehicle or a good vehicle. So I really like this. This indeed has changed the game a lot, as much as I expected, in a good way. And again, yeah, you could push snipers way faster and easier now, you know? Like, I think it happened, we were at Twins, one of us got a down on a guy, like shooting from below, and then as soon as you get the down, I'm up. Like, I'm on that repel, and now it's just, before they can res or self or whatever. Whereas before, I mean, that guy easily reses, and then it's like you're just wasting your fucking time. So, really good stuff. Very glad to see this. And I'm glad they did it as soon as they did also, by the way. Because they could have easily waited till season 4 and extended this, like, OG Verdansk feeling bullshit for all of season 3, and that would have been entirely too long. But now it definitely feels better and more, and a little more fast paced. This is the best part of the season easily, I think, is the repels. Yeah. So that's been cool.
Yeah, it's nice having that added mobility with the repels, with it not being as kind of somewhat overpowered as actual balloons are.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you still have to run to certain, you still have to run and get on a building or something, and especially in an area like downtown where there's going to be so many people on rooftops. You know, you still have to take that risk, fly to another building after jumping off. Whereas balloons, it's like you can essentially go from balloon to balloon, barely touch the ground across the entire map. It's like just uncontested.
Yeah. Right.
So it's nice that there's a little bit more mobility, but it's not like you're going to have people constantly landing on you.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's great. So this has been like easily the best part. So a couple other things. Already seen a few cheaters. I saw definitely one yesterday and maybe even two. And that isn't great. Some of the people like Jake and Lag have been saying, a couple people I play with, that they see cheaters like all the time. That hasn't been my experience. I've definitely seen some, but it hasn't seemed super, super bad. But seeing a blatant cheater, which we did, or two, I don't remember. I definitely remember one though, on update day is not a good sign at all. Because usually update day is when you will see the fewest cheaters, because they do like their ban waves or whatever. So, little yikesy. And now we also have ranked. So, that's when you're really going to see cheaters, is when you play ranked and you like get out of bronze lobbies or whatever, that's going to be the true test of the anti-cheat or whatever anti-cheat measures they're taking, is how does the ranked Warzone environment feel at like the second tier lobbies? Because there are only 2 tiers of lobbies. There's like usually bronze to platinum, all are in one pool, and then diamond and above are also in the separate pool. I'd call that like tier 2 lobbies. Or tier 1, I guess, whatever. You get it. Those lobbies, that's where all the cheaters will be. So like, if you're not seeing that many in those lobbies, the anti-cheat's doing very well, because that's where they would be. So I can't speak to that yet. But I mean, we played pubs and we had a blatant aimbotter. Level 51, non-prestige. Instant, just zapping all our shit. So again, pretty yikesy on day one. We will obviously have more info by next week. But I will be surprised if there are not a fuck ton of cheaters in Warzone.
Yeah,
soon.
I saw, again,
it's looking that way
yesterday, a lot of tweets about cheaters.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Of course, by the way. Like, of course.
Yeah, why wouldn't they, huh?
I mean, yeah. I had some hope when late season 2 and early season 3 on a stretch, an uninterrupted chain, there were really not many cheaters at all. That gave me some hope. And season 3 was done well. So I was very hopeful, actually. Idiot. I just don't believe it now. The cheaters are going to come back in full fucking force if they're not already back. So we'll let you guys know by next week. But yeah, it's day one. Blatant aimbotter is not, again, really a bad sign. So
yeah.
And plus, look at Activision's Ricochet's track record. It's terrible. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. But I mean, yeah, nothing more to say on it for now. A couple other things. Vehicles. They are quieter, which is nice. I don't know about enemy vehicles. Those are probably also quieter, and they might be too quiet now. I don't know yet, though. But I do know we were driving like a Bertha around. It is substantially quieter, which is cool just because it's fucking loud and annoying. But as far as gameplay, if someone's rolling up on me with a Bertha, is it now too quiet? It actually might be. I don't know yet. I'll let you know. But that would be really bad if it is too quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like enemy choppers, probably even more importantly. Is that too quiet?
Well, yeah, by season 4 Reloaded, they won't be making sound again. So that's good.
I mean, actually, yeah. So we will fucking certainly see how that goes. But yeah, we'll keep you posted on that. And then the ground loot as well is better. I will say, do not use the AEK conversion kit that makes it full auto. It's fucking terrible. It's the new Krig. It has a fuck ton of recoil and it's not good. Don't use it. Your pistol's better. So that's a bait weapon. But by and large, the ground loot is better. Or I should say the attachments are better. Like I haven't seen like a 3X SMG yet, for example. And I am definitely seeing way fewer snipers or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm seeing way more like guns I actually want. So that helps tremendously. Is the plate situation better? I'm not sure, because we've been going train station and there's so much loot there that of course you're going to have a ton of plates. How is the plate situation at a non-high value loot zone? Is it any different? I don't know. Probably not, honestly, but maybe. But I will say I have been able to get away with not running scavenger since we are landing train and getting a fuck ton of plates. So maybe try getting off scav if you've been running that because of the plate situation, and then see how it is. I don't know for sure outside of the high value loot zones, but just something to keep in mind. But the ground loot is better, which is nice. And then the perks situation, kind of the last thing. Survivor got nerfed, and the health regen went from 3 to 4 seconds. That is actually quite noticeable.
Yeah.
Kind of more than I was expecting, which is dumb in hindsight because it is a whole other full second. That is a long time. Because again, I was like running into so many plates. I was like, dude, scavenger just feels like a waste. I'm going to switch. So I went back to Survivor and then went to Quick Fix, or excuse me, Tracker, and then Ghost because I'm tired of being sniped. And then one game of that, and I was quickly done with that experiment. Yeah, Survivor is not enough. It just isn't. You really need Quick Fix, basically. That's honestly what it feels like. Like, or stims, but you have to run smokes on this map. So, Quick Fix, the reason you want that is plate while shooting is cool. And that's even more important because of that bug that was or is in the game when you're hearing this. But more importantly, you can instantly start that health regen. It's like so good and so important. And the fucking Death's Door sound shit too. They need to just remove that, man. But where you're low HP and you just can't hear anything, it's so stupid.
That's in the game, period.
Yeah. It's just so dumb. So getting around that with Quick Fix is really good. Survivor's still quite good. I mean, 4 seconds is better than 7. And if you don't want to run Quick Fix, like if you really want Tracker, I definitely recommend Survivor, even though it's nerfed. 4 is still way less than 7 seconds. So like you really
7
do.
is just entirely too long. That needs to be reduced by default.
Yeah, it's just fucking insane. Yeah.
Survivor should have stay at 3 and default should be like 5.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I'm just a shit player, so. Did you notice the better visuals when taking damage? Not as much red on your screen or anything?
Well, I'm always dead when I take damage because I'm either full health or sniped.
Because the time to kill.
And I hope that helps.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't notice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, I think Survivor's still definitely worth running if you want to run like Tracker or not Quick Fix. You can do it. It's just like I hated it. It bothered me. So I got off of it. So then I was like, all right, well, I have to go back to Quick Fix, I feel. So I did that. And then I was like, well, Survivor, nerfed Survivor plus Quick Fix feels insane. So what other blue perk should I run? I don't need Scav for plates. I don't need Survivor for the health regen. Survivor's still good for getting rezzed faster, though, to be fair. But I was like, whatever, I don't want that right now. What other blue perks are good? So for the first time, literally, I'm not joking, for the first time since season 3 started, excuse me, so sorry. For the first time since the integration, I actually had to make a choice about what perk I want. First time. Because I was like, oh, I don't like need to run any blue perks for the first time since the integration. Hey, it's been 6 months. About fucking time, but cool. So then I was looking through them, and I'm not really sure what's best, but I went with Reflexes. Reflexes is a blue perk that delays fucking prox mines, blast traps. I don't know if it works on shock charges or not, but just for the spring mines and blast traps alone, it's pretty fucking good. And I can't think of anything really better to run in the blue slot. So that's what I've been running, and it seemed fine. It was cool. Yeah.
Did you see a lot of people running traps?
Yes. Yeah. Spring mines just everywhere, yeah. Because everyone's still sniping. And what's the best lethal if you're sniping? Spring mines and blast traps. Yeah. So like Reflexes is quite good for that. Or like you hit a new Repel, and instead of dying instantly to the spring mines on it, you don't. So Reflexes seems quite good. Yeah.
Yeah, it sure does, huh? That makes sense. But they got nerfed, man. Blast traps got nerfed in Spring Mines.
Oh yeah, supposedly, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, yeah, the devs suck. What do you know? Are there any blue perks you might run? Another one I was thinking of too is veteran. But I don't think that's worth it, probably.
I mean, honestly, I think I'm just going to run Survivor still either way, because it's still better. I mean, 7 seconds is just horrific, and I'm not going to run Quick Fix, so...
Yeah, you kind of have to, yeah. That's the thing, is like, if you don't want to run Survivor, you have to run Quick Fix.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't have a blue perk choice if you're not running Quick Fix. And yeah, if you're on keyboard and mouse, you have to run Tracker. So, like, you don't get a choice, you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what blue perk you guys
though. That'd be my other,
would run.
That'd be my other choice.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. That's what it looked like to me. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty nice to be able to like use a different perk, which has been kind of fun. So, and then other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, it was again, like I said at the beginning, it wasn't a big update in terms of like quantity of changes, but the impact of the repels and I guess train station opening, although that's one POI, mainly the repels, like changed the game a fucking lot. So overall, pretty solid update with one giant fucking caveat. Obviously, HDR is just still way too fucking good. And of course, everyone is still using it. So, fortunately, so the question we always ask to evaluate a patch, is the game better now than it was before Season 3 Reloaded? Absolutely, yes. Yeah. Audio seems about the same, besides the vehicles being quieter, to me. Visibility is the same, which is to say good. So those things both stayed good. So that's great. And then they added repels. And they opened train station. That's kind of all that's different. Like all the things that are bad about Warzone right now were also bad about Warzone before Season 3 Reloaded. And all of those things are the HD and R. That's it. Like even the AK nerf, it's like cool, but now they're just using an AMAX. They're killing me equally as fast with a different skin. Got it. So like I don't care about the AK nerf really, because they needed to also nerf the AMAX as a sniper support or as like an SMG build or whatever, for that to matter. And then they of course needed to nerf the HDR, which they didn't, and they won't. So yeah, good update though. About what I expected, including the HDR not being nerfed enough. I eventually came around on that, and we were right. And it's fun. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm excited to play more as soon as I can. One other thing to mention also is I have not played ranked yet. I've not seen ranked yet, except for one game Jake was playing. But like people in Discord were saying sniping, I think H said, like you don't get sniped in ranked Warzone since it doesn't one-shot headshot in ranked. I don't believe that. We'll certainly see. But I'll play ranked before our next ep and we can talk about that as well for sure. I'm excited to do it. And then the one game I did see Jake play, they didn't see any cheaters. But then again, H said they died to a cheater in ranked. So
I feel like you'll see HDRs at the lower ranks, but I feel like once you get up into the higher rankings where a lot of sweaty players are, I think they're just going to be trying to run around the map as quickly as possible.
That's probably true.
So
yeah.
I bet a lot of people who are like the more hard stuck gold, platinum players, they'll probably end up seeing quite a few HDRs. But when it comes to the sweats, they're just going to use a full auto gun still.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Just to get all that SR. That's true.
Yeah.
And hopefully that is the case, because that would make ranked so much more fun than pubs. Just not being sniped. It was kind of the same reason I wanted to play ranked season 2 when they took out gas grenades. I was like, I'd rather play ranked because, like, yeah, they're going to be like try hard, sweatier lobbies, But at least they can't use gas grenades. And I'm getting gas grenaded in pubs, so I'd rather go play ranked just to get away from gas grenades. It's kind of how I'm thinking I feel right now about the HDR. Like, yeah, these are going to be like sweatier lobbies because it's ranked, but at least I'm not getting fucking sniped. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, unfortunately, that is pretty much it. The update's still very new, and we're recording on Friday instead of Saturday because my aunt is in town and we're going to go on a tram, I guess. The Breaking Bad tour was it's a tram or a trolley. I don't know what the fuck, whatever, something. I don't know. I'm gonna go out and do something with her. But yeah, we were gonna go on a Breaking Bad tour because I live in New Mexico, very close to the set, I guess. But it's all booked. It was all booked. So it's popping, really? I guess. Yeah, so we're not doing that after
Saturday in May, huh? Interesting.
Yeah, weird. I mean, there's nothing else to do here at all, so it's the one attraction, so it kind of makes sense, I guess. But
that's true. Yeah, you either kill yourself or do that. So
or go to really shitty casinos where you can't drink. Yeah, so you can't drink on the floor of a casino. I mean, they just hate money. It bothers the fuck out of me. But anyway, so yeah, that's why we're recording today instead of Saturday. So yeah, that's why these thoughts are a little truncated. But we'll have a lot more to say next week. And yeah, again, I'll try ranked. And I'm sure a lot of these opinions are going to change and stuff too. But again, overall, solid update. I'm pretty happy with it. Once cheaters get out of fucking control, I'm going to freak out and lose my mind about that. I'm positive. And that's going to suck. And it really looks, it really looks like that's going to happen. So that fucking sucks. And nerf the HDR. But, you know, whatever.
Remove it.
They won't, though. Yeah. So, like, they won't. So, and they won't. So you should get used to using it if you're listening.
And they also won't. Yeah.
And also they won't.
Maybe season 4. So. Maybe season 4 they'll nerf it.
Surely. So, anything else for you, big giant dog? Massive fucking dog?
It's a video game.
It's a video game for sure, yeah. So, all right, well, yeah. So again, sorry for a bit of a short ep, guys, but yeah, we'll be back next week. As I said, we'll have more to say, and maybe small chance they'll do some bug fixes before our next ep for sure. Maybe some more weapon balance. It won't be to the HDR though, but I could see them doing a little miniature weapon balance update. Although, to be clear, I could also see them fucking not doing that.
Yeah.
So, we will let you guys know.
Man, Ted's gone. The game's dead now. So.
True. Yeah, Ted is gone. F's in the chat. So, anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Downey Law, thank you again for the tier 1 sub. I don't know if blast traps feel nerfed because their explosive delay trigger is like extended. I don't know. I didn't have the distinct misfortune of running into one yet, but we'll let you know about that as well. So, yeah. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys next week. Activision devs do not play their game.
Nope.